सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। शुकासारिखे पूर्णवैराग्यजाचे वसिष्ठा परिज्ञानयोगेश्वराचे कवी वाल्मिका सारिखा मान्य ऐसा नमस्कार माझा तया रामदासा। गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वा गुणांचा मुळारंभ आरंभ तो निर्गुणाचा नमो शारदा मूळ चत्वार वाचा गमो पंथ अनंत या राघवाचा। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। हरि ओम। We were seeing in this beautiful text Manache Shlok, Samarth Ramdas Swami is very patiently and very, what do we say, convincingly trying to explain mind, how it should behave. We saw in the last session, Mana sajjana hita माझे करावे. Oh my mind, you must think of our benefit. Raghunayaka dridha chitti dharawe. And therefore what should you do? You should keep Raghunayaka, that Bhagavan Lord Sri Rama, in your heart. Maharajato, he is an emperor. Swami Vayu Sutacha, he is the master of Hanumanji. Jana Uddhari Natha Lokatrayacha. And he is not just a human being, but he is the Supreme Lord himself. Don't confuse. Don't think that just because he is behaving like a human, he is a human. No, no. He is the one who is uplifting all the people of all the three worlds. He is the Lord of all. Therefore, what you should do? Don't speak about anything other than Bhagavan. Na bole kada raghave veena kahi. Why? Jani vauge bolata sukh nahi. What happiness are you going to get by talking about the world? All the so-called interesting topics of the world, what are they going to give you? Why? Ghadi ne ghadi kala ayushya ne to. Moment by moment, death takes away all our time. Dehati tula kona sodu pahato. And who is it that is going to save you at the end? It is Bhagavan only. Of all the people about whom you spoke, they are not going to save you when the end time comes. It's only Bhagavan that will save. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Why? Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukran karne. Nothing else, no other knowledge, no other vidya, no other kala, nothing is going to help you at the end. Only thing that will help is the Lord. Therefore, you must speak of nothing other than Bhagavan. Then he says, you should do nothing other than his seva. Raghunayaka veena vayashinave. Any other action which doesn't have Bhagavan in it, which is not for his seva, Jana sarikhe vyarthaka vosnave is like a useless thing like other people. Why should you say anything like that? Why should you do anything like that? You have three instruments with you: Sharira, Vak and Manas, body, speech and mind. Use all three of them towards Bhagavan only, for Bhagavan only. Sada sarvada nama vache vasode. Oh my mind, please ever remain chanting the name of the Lord. Ahantamani papini tena sode. May that crooked, wicked ego not be there in you. Papini, it is the most sinful thing. What? That ahanta, ahankara is most sinful. Don't have it. And then the last verse that we saw, he says to the mind, don't be agitated, don't think that I am telling you same thing again and again. Mana vita manu nako bolanayacha. Why? Pudhe maguta Rama jodela kaisa. What other way is there than this repetition? Mind works on repetition. Our personality works on repetition. Abhyasa, again and again doing is the only way. Nothing happens by doing it once. Even in the world, if you see, nothing happens by doing it just once. I got up 4 o'clock in the morning one day, and then I did everything nicely. I exercise also, and then bath, and then japa also, and then everything perfect. That is good. But what did you do next day? What do you do every day? That's what matters. Therefore, don't feel irritated, agitated because I am telling you again and again. Please understand that that is the only way. Sukhachi ghadi lotata sukha hai, pudhe sarvajaila kahi na rahe. If you don't understand now and if you don't do that repetition, abhyasa, then what? Then the life will just go on and on. Joy has come, it will go, sorrow will come. Then again it will go, another joy will come. Everything will be left and you will pass. Therefore, don't worry, don't be irritated. Please keep doing it again and again. That is what he says. Now what? Samarth Ramdas Swami continues. Let us read verse number 26. Dehe rakshana karane yatna kela, pari shevati kaal gheu nigela, kari re mana bhakti raghavachi, pudhe antari sodi chinta bhavachi. Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha. Beautiful. He says, Dehe Rakshana Karane Yatna Kela. You put lot of efforts. Yatna means efforts. Prayatna. You put lot of efforts for what? Dehe Rakshana Karane. For the reason of protecting the body. We do so many things. But Parishevati Kaal Gheu Nigela. But at the end, the time, death, it takes away our body. So then all the efforts which we have put to protect the body have gone waste. You did everything to protect the body, but at the end body is no more there. And therefore what should you do? Karire mana bhaktiya raghavachi. Oh my mind, please have devotion for Bhagavan. Rather than spending your time thinking about how to protect the body, think about how can you be devoted to Lord. Why? Pudhe antari sodi chinta bhavachi. Pudhe, and after that, sodi chinta. Give up all the worry. Bhavachi of this world and how will it happen and how will I get it and how will the body. Give up all the worry. You be devoted to God. Why? Because when I am devoted to God, God takes care of all my worry. Very, very beautiful shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, those who are single-pointedly devoted to me, ananyaha chintayantaha, they are always remembering me and me alone, nobody else. Na anyaha chintayantaha. They are not thinking of anybody else. Ye janaha, such people, mam paryupasate, those who worship me, those who are devoted to me, tesham nityabhiyuktanam, for them who are ever united with me, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I carry their yoga and kshema. Yoga and kshema means what? Apraptasya praptihi yoga. praptasya rakshanam kshemaha. What I do not have, to gain it is called as yoga. And what I have to protect it is called as kshema. If we see, our entire life goes in this only. Now I have a degree, but I don't have job, so I want a job. Once I get a job, now I want to secure that job. I want what? I want money. Once I get the money, I want to protect that money. It is very interesting how the life goes. First we put effort to gain something, thinking that that object will give me protection. But then I have to put efforts to protect that thing. What kind of... See, money you get. For what? Very important. For what? For financial protection. Correct. So you get money thinking that it will give you protection. But then what you have to do? You have to protect that money. You build a house, so that house will protect you. Then you have to protect the house. So many people who say that, no, we can't go anywhere else, house. Then what is the purpose of building a house? You forget about all those things. You get a dog. For what? For protecting the house. So therefore you keep that dog. And then what? Then you don't go anywhere else. Why? Because dog is alone. What? I hope you know all these things are happening in the world. Maybe some of you are doing it also. You never know. We don't go anywhere. Why? Because dog. So we put efforts thinking that those things that we have gained through effort will protect us. And then we are putting all our efforts to protect that thing. All our relationships are like that. With everyone. We put efforts to get into that relationship, then we put efforts to protect that relationship. In the end, what will happen? In the end, you will leave everything and go. Nothing is going to remain. So what is he saying? He is telling you the best thing. What? You focus your attention on Bhagavan. Bhagavan will take care of all those things. Always Bhagavan takes care. You should not doubt this at all. See, more and more we start working for Bhagavan, we start dedicating our life for some noble cause, for some spiritual cause, etc. You will see that the effort comes from, unknown places. You don't even expect it, but it happens. And he literally takes care. Bhagavan says there, Vahami. I myself carry. That is how Bhagavan is. There is one very beautiful story associated with this particular verse. It is believed that there was one commentator of Bhagavad Gita and was a great saint, but used to live a very simple life. Not much wealth, nothing, comfort, nothing was there. Simple life. Morning he will go, he'll sit under some tree or on some river bank, etc. and will keep writing commentary on this Bhagavad Gita. And in the afternoon he will come back for lunch, etc. Again he will go, again spend some time. Again evening, night he will come back and spend some time. Like that. Very, very devoted person, devoted saint actually. And in his house also, wife used to take care of something, and wife, see, in those days, wife and husband, they are not like friends. So wife doesn't say, or doesn't ask all these things to husband, where are you going, why are you going? Those times we are talking. You can't even say good old days because you don't know whether they were good or this is good. We don't know. But that was the era, isn't it? So wife used to think that he is going for some work, etc. He is coming back. So one day when he went in the morning and he was writing this commentary, this particular verse came, 9th chapter, where he had to write that Vahami, Yoga Kshemam Vahami Aham. Bhagavan is saying that I carry their Yoga Kshema. And he was such a soft-hearted person, and he said, why should Bhagavan carry? So Bhagavan is Bhagavan, no? Why should he carry my Yoga Kshema? So what he did was, he wrote Vahami in his commentary, and then he put a strike on it, and wrote Dadami. Dadami means I give. Vahami means I carry. Dadami means I give. Means Bhagavan is sitting there and he gives yoga kshema, which is fine. We are getting no. So, but he felt, little this thing that, how can I even think that Bhagavan will actually carry all these things? He is the Lord of the universe. Why will he do like this for me? Who am I? I am nothing. But he felt very, very awkward, very bad. So he said, let us not continue writing commentary. I am getting very negative thoughts. Let me go and take some break. So he went home and he was very upset. So he said that, I will go and take bath and come. Please, arrange for my lunch and then I will have lunch. Then I will go back. So wife said, fine. He went for bath. When he came back, wife was standing like this, right on the main door. And he didn't understand what happened. So he asked, what happened? Generally, I already told you, wife will not even ask things. But today she is in a different mood. So he said, what happened? She said, how can you be so cruel? Cruel? I don't even kill mosquitoes. What did I do? He says, do you know who is taking care of our house? You come every day afternoon for lunch and I give you lunch. But do you know from where it comes? Do you have any understanding that you are not getting any money? Our house doesn't have anything. Do you know that? Then he suddenly started thinking, yeah, I never thought about it. I was so much engrossed in this, devotion and this writing, etc. I didn't. He said, that is fine, but why are you saying that I am cruel? He says, every day there is one small boy who comes from your office with food and that food I give it to you and today you beat that boy. Now the saint, the Mahatma was even more lost in thinking. Why? Because number one, he doesn't go to any office. Number two, he doesn't have any boy working under him whom he sends. So then he asked some more questions that, who is this boy? He is the same boy whom you send every day. And today when that boy came, he had all kinds of, wounds, etc. on his body, on his face. And when I asked him what happened, he said, my boss, his boss, you beat him. What is this? He got more confused. He said, what is happening? I don't have anybody like this. And then he asked, what is that boy's name? He says, I don't know. He calls himself Kanhaiya. Then suddenly that Mahatma understood, it is actually the Lord who is coming to my house and who is taking care of my needs. Immediately went back without eating, corrected his commentary and wrote Vahami again. Why? Because God does actually carry our yoga and kshema. We have so many such stories, this Varkari Sampradaya in Maharashtra, which is very famous Sampradaya, those who worship Lord Vithala, another form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna only, and they go for Wari from Alandi or Dehu, they go to Wari to Pandharpur, Many of them do it continuously, one after another, in a year, 12 Varis, every month they go. Some of them go to the main two, Ashadi and Kartikeya Ekadashi, they go. So many people have that experience that they walk 22 kilometers every day and at night somebody comes and presses their feet. Some small boy will come and will press everybody's feet and will vanish. Whole day you will not see him. And then again next day in the next place where they are staying, again that boy is suddenly from there. You ask more questions, he will disappear. We know of stories where Bhagavan used to literally do all the household work. From the river, fetching the water, cooking, and all these things he used to do. Therefore, you be devoted to God. God will take care of all your needs, everything. So that is what he says here. Dehe rakshana karane yatna kela. You put efforts to protect the body, but at the end, the death will take your body away. Karire mana bhaktiya raghavachi. O mind, please remember this Bhagavan. Pudhe antari sodi chinta, and give up all the worry about the world. God's devotion towards God and worry doesn't go hand in hand, doesn't go together. If you have devotion, give up the worry. He will take care. That is the point. See, that doesn't mean that we have to be careless or we have to be reckless with our body. Why? Because it is said here, what is there? Why? I say, putting lot of effort to protect the body and putting minimum efforts to keep the body alive are two very different things. So, do whatever is minimum required. When you are not well, take medicine. Simple. And go ahead. What we do is, when we start taking care of the body, we give up everything else and we keep taking care of the body only. That's what we keep doing. Some people, they are such. Health is their everyday discussion topic. All the time, morning, evening, afternoon, that is the only thing they are discussing. This is what it is, then that is what it is, then today I took this only, half medicine only, half tablet only, then that I took more. Now again after 1 hour, let me take. If this much you don't do. If you are in that kind of situation, therefore to recover your health for that much time you do. But again when you recover, focus on the main job. That cannot become the main thing in my life. Okay, so that balance is necessary. Not that, you don't care at all and you say that, oh, if God is there, He will come and protect my body, why should I? No, not like that. Purposely you go and sit, in the jungle and say that, oh, if God is there, no animal will come and hurt me. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. In the cold, in the winter season, etc., put full AC on and use it. No need. No need to be reckless or no need to be stupid about it. In Marathi, there is a proverb, there is a idiom. Astel haritar deil khatlevari. If God is there, then He will give me on my bed. I will not even get up. Now, if you are really that much devoted, then don't get up at all. Even if you die, don't get up. Don't give reason, then this and that. Whatever He gives, then you have to eat. Either you be fully dedicated where it doesn't matter whether body is alive or not. Then okay, then the sannyasi only such a person is. Such a person then doesn't care about whether the body is alive or not alive. We hear the story of Valmiki ji, Ratnakar. He just sat there and he just gave up everything else. And Bhagavan protected his body. But for us, if we are that much devoted, then okay. Otherwise, do minimum whatever is required. And then what? Then put all our other energy, other focus on Bhagavan. He will protect. Don't worry. Now this is very nicely Samarth Ramdas Swami said. Now next he says little sternly, little strongly he says. Let us see. Verse number 27. भवाचा भये काय भीतो सलंडी धरी रे मना धीर धाका सी सांडी रघुनायका सारिखा स्वामी शीरी नुपेक्षी कदा कोपल्या दंडधारी जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. He says, Landi, oh idiot, coward, timid fellow. What? Bhavacha bhaye काय भीतोस? Why are you afraid of this world? Bhava means samsara. Bhavacha bhaye. From the fear of this samsara, काय भीतोस? Why are you scared? Why are you scared of this samsara? Oh, this samsara is so dangerous. Any time, it catches you. So what? Samsara is strong. So what? Why are you afraid? Coward fellow. Don't be afraid. Dhari re mana dhira. Oh, my mind. He is talking to his own mind. He is telling his own mind, oh coward, why are you afraid of this samsara? Dhari re mana dhira. Dhira dhari. You keep calm. Remain strong. Remain bold. Dhaka si sandi. Give up that dhaka. Dhaka means terror. Sandi means give up. Don't come under that sway of that terror. What you should do? Raghunayaka sarikha swami shiri. When you have someone like Raghunayaka, someone like Bhagavan Sri Rama on your head, whose hand is on your head, who is how? Nupekshi kada kopalya dandadhari. How is that Lord? Na upekshi kada. One who never leaves you. Even when kopalya dandadhari, even when dandadhari is Yamaraj. Yamaraj has got that dharma danda, no? Dandadhari is Yamaraj. Even when that Yamaraja Kopalya, when he becomes angry on you and he is coming to kill you or take you, even then Bhagavan will not leave you. We say no, a friend in need is a friend indeed. When really the tough time comes, you will know who is your real friend. The realest friend is Bhagavan only. Why? Because he will never leave you. And when such a strong Bhagavan is with you, why do you fear? Why fear when God is here? They say, no, why fear? Why should I be afraid when God is here? Don't be afraid. Even when Yamaraj is angry on you, Bhagavan will not leave you. No upekshi kada. He will not forsake you. Therefore, what? Don't be afraid. Just go ahead. Do your duty. Be devoted to God. Don't be scared of this Maya and this Samsara, etc. What will it do when Bhagavan is there with you? Okay, that is what he is telling. Now with this verse, from next verse for 10 verses, a series begins where all the verses will end with the same phrase, Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Abhimani. Very, 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 powerful all these verses are. Let us read some of those verses. Verse number 28. दीनानाथः रामकोदंडधारी पुढे देखता काळपोटी थरारी मना वाक्य नेमस्त हे सत्यमानी नुपेक्षी कदा रामदासाभिमानी जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. He says Deenanath. Two words are there, okay? Dinanath and Deenanath. Dina, Raswa E, Dina means day. So Dinakar, Dinanath, okay, means the Lord of the day, that is Surya. Deenanath. Deena means those who are sad, those who are distressed. Such people are called as Deena. How is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is Deenanath or Deenanath. He is the protector of such people who are in distress, who are in poverty, who are in sorrow. Deenanath ha Rama. This Rama, Sri Rama Bhagavan is Deenanath. Kodandadhari. And haven't you seen his photo? Have you seen Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra's photo without his bow and arrow? No. Even in the childhood when we show the photo that he is, small baby crawling, even then Dhanushya Bana is in hand. Even the small, nowadays these cartoons and this AI generated images are there. Even the small baby Rama also will have small bow and small arrow in hand. Even when he is sleeping, he will sleep with bow and arrow next to him. What do you mean by all that? What it means is he is standing there to protect us with bow and arrow in hand. Why are you worried? Deenanatha Rama Kodandadhari. Kodanda is his name of his bow. Kodandadhari. Pudhe dekhata kaala poti tharari. And how is this Bhagavan? When Kala, that Yamaraja, Lord Death, sees this Sri Rama standing in front, he starts to, shake. Poti tharari. He starts to tremble. Who? Death. Seeing Bhagavan, Lord Yama only starts to tremble. Mana vakya nemasta. He satyamani. Oh my mind, mana. He vakya. This statement, nemasta. Nemasta means absolutely true. It is sure. Satyamani. Please know it to be truth. What? Nupekshe kada Rama dasabhimani. Dasabhimani Rama kada na upekshi. Bhagavan Sri Rama, who is Dasa Abhimani, who is very proud of his devotees, who is proud of his servants, who is proud of his disciples, na upekshikada, he never forsakes his devotees. Please believe me and hold this statement to be true, that Bhagavan never leaves you. And when such a strong, powerful Lord is standing with you, standing behind you, what are you afraid of? One who even puts terror in death's mind. Even death is afraid of Bhagavan. Then what are you afraid of? The greatest fear, they say, for all human beings is death. Now what everyone is afraid of Sri Rama. Now what you should be afraid of? Nothing. You should not be afraid of anything now. That is what you should be. Now somebody may say, Swami, Samarth Ramdas Swami, I have one doubt. You are telling that mana vakya nemasta he satyamani. Oh mind, please believe this statement to be true. But why should I believe you? He says, what do you mean, why should you believe me? No, I have lot of regard for you, but when you are making this kind of statement that you believe in this statement, means what? All other statements that you told I should not believe? No, you should believe in that also, but this though is 100% sure. Now on what basis are you giving this? So Samarth Ramdas Swami immediately in the next verse he says, I am not saying this Nupekshikada Ramadas Abhimani. Bhagavan himself has said it. That is what he says. Let us read. Verse number 29. Padi Raghavache Sadabri Gaze Bale Bhaktari Pushiri Kambivaze Puri Vahili Sarvajene Vimani Nupekshi Kada Ramadasa Bhimani Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. See, each of these verses is a gem. What to say? He says, Padi Raghavache Sada Brida Gaze. This is a Raghavache Sada, always Raghavache Brida. Brida means Pratidnya, promise. Padi means in the scriptures, this is a very strong promise of Bhagavan Sri Rama. Gaze, it is well-known promise of Sri Rama. Bale Bhakta Ripu Shri Kambi Vaje. He says, Bale means very strong, Bhakta is devotee, Bhakta Ripu means enemy. So Bhakta Ripu means enemy of the devotees. Bhakta Ripu Shri, on the head of the enemy of the devotee, Kambi Vaje. He says, the bow comes and hits on the head of that enemy of the Bhakta. Kambi, one meaning of Kambi is bow. Another meaning of Kambi Vaje means the moment Bhagavan only makes that sound with the bow. See, you must have seen, when they tie the bow string and make that bow very, very firm, before shooting an arrow, they check whether the strength is there or not, whether a string is perfectly, very, tight or not. That is called as twang. Twang, that sound will come, isn't it? Pratyancha, when that thing is put there, then they will make that sound. He says that the enemies are afraid just by listening to that twang of the bow of Sri Rama. The same thing they say was also true for Arjuna. When he used to put that Gandiva Dhanusha of Arjuna, when he used to put that string and when he used to only make sound, people knew that now done. Wrap up the whole thing because now he is going to destroy everyone. Just not, the arrow is not yet put. Nothing he has done. But just that whole thing. Bade Bhaktari Pushri Kambi Vaje. Now sometimes when we listen to all these things, we say, hey, gee, this is little too much. Don't you think this is little too much? See, let me tell you one thing. anybody who is from southern part of India, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana, etc., should never say that this is too much. Veji, why are you dividing India into two? No, I will tell you why. Because in these parts of India, these states of India, their worship of actors, heroes is so much that Rajnikant also is worshipped like this. Now slowly that fad has gone to North India also, and slowly other heroes are also becoming that famous. But don't you think that the moment Rajnikant only takes his hand in slow motion near his specs or that goggle, and when he removes the goggle only, everybody is afraid? Haven't you seen all those movies? You should watch such movies. They are a lot of entertainment. Then what? The moment he does that, everybody, they themselves go and give their weapon, etc. Now you only. Now you imagine if it is true for an hero, what we are talking about? We are talking about Bhagavan. You think by his twang of his bow, all these things will not happen? Of course it will happen. He is on top of everyone. So never think that this is too much. This is fact. This is a fact. Today, nowadays, see, that's what they have done. No, now Chennai's cricket team also, they have made those cricketers also as hero. So the moment MS Dhoni walks into the stadium only, they put that music, etc., as though something is going to happen. What is he doing? He is just putting normal. He is putting his hand gloves and taking bat and just rotating. But they immediately will show that, he has got kirita, etc., on his crown, etc., on his head, and instead of bat, it is gada, etc., that he is doing, and he is coming there walking, and then everybody is afraid. See, we are dramatic people. If we can do this for all kinds of people, then this is actually Bhagavan. He is actually standing in between us and the death. He is actually, terrifying even the death. So never we should feel that, this is too much. No. And why? Because it is the promise made in the scriptures by Bhagavan. Padi Raghavache Sada Bridavache. Where Bhagavan has said it. In Valmiki Ramayana, there comes a portion where Bhagavan is, just about to fight with Ravana, and Ravana's younger brother Vibhishana is thrown out of Lanka, and he comes there to surrender to Bhagavan. And when he comes, the beautiful scene is there that they catch him, the soldiers, etc., catch him, and they are about to bring him to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is asking everybody, what should we do with him? So different people are there giving different opinions. Bhagavan Shri Rama, Lakshmana, and then Jambavanta, and then Sugriva, Nalanila, and then Hanumanji. All of them are standing around him, and he is asking everybody that now that Ravana's brother has come, what should we do? What should we do with him? So everybody is giving opinion according to their mindset. Lakshmana says that we should kill him. Don't take a risk. These Rakshasas are very dangerous. Sugriva says, I agree because I have encountered some of the Rakshasas, and they pretend as though they are your friend, but they are not your friend. They are very deadly people. Jambavanta says we should probably not kill him, but keep him as our jailer. We should keep him in the jail, etc. We should not allow him to be anywhere near us. And then when Bhagavan looks at Hanumanji smiles, and Bhagavan says, what do you think, Hanuman? What should I do? Hanumanji says, Bhagavan, I don't know what you should do, but I just will tell you one thing. He is your devotee. Now what you want to do, that you decide. This is an information that I am giving because I have met him. When I went to Lanka in search of Sita ji, I have met him. I only know one thing, that he is your devotee. I myself am your servant. How can I tell you what you should do? So I am just telling you he is your devotee. Bhagavan also smiles. And then Vibhishana is brought. And the moment Vibhishana sees Sri Rama, he just falls at his feet. And that Vibhishana Sharanagati, very famous episode is there. And that is where Bhagavan says this sentence, Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Chayachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhya Dadami Etad Vratam Mama. He says, Sakriteva, even if once, Prapannaya Tava Asmi Iticha Yachate. If a person surrenders once and says to Bhagavan, Tava Asmi, O Lord, I am yours. Then he says, Abhayam Sarva Bhutebhya Dadami. I shall give protection to that person from all others. Etat Vratam Mama. This is my Vrata. We do vratas for Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, I have a vrata for devotees. What should devotee do? Once he should say that, Bhagavan, I am yours and I surrender unto you. Then what? Then I shall protect that person from everyone else. And you imagine he is saying this in front of whom? He is saying this in front of his own people who were against Vibhishana. And he goes to even to that extent and he says, tomorrow if Ravana surrenders, and if Ravana says that I belong to you, I will protect Ravana. You imagine. We have seen this in Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavan Shri Krishna also in 9th chapter says, O Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Arjuna, take a mic and loudspeaker and announce. Pratijanihi, you announce what? Name bhaktah pranashyati. My devotee shall never perish. Very few occasions are there in Bhagavad Gita where Bhagavan Shri Krishna is talking as Ishvara, is talking and says that my devotee. He will never say like that. Generally, he is talking from the standpoint of Parabrahma or he is talking from the standpoint of a guru and he advises. But this is one occasion where he says, Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhaktah Pranashyati Apichet Suduracharaha Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhag Sadhureva Samantavyah Samyak Vyavasito Hisa Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Chantim Prayachati Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhaktah Pranashyati. He says, even if that person is a Sudurachari, Durachari means one who does wrong actions. Sudurachari means one who does wrong actions very well. He is expert in doing wrong actions. Even such a person. You look at that. Apichet Sudurachara. Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhag. If he gives up and starts to devote his life to me, then please remember, he becomes my bhakta, and my bhakta, my devotees shall never perish. Name bhaktah pranashyati. That is what Samarth Ramdas Swami is telling here. Padi Raghavache sada breathe gaje. This statement of Lord is so well known, so famous. Just by the sound of his bow, all the enemies of the devotees, they start to tremble. Puri Vahili Sarvajene Vimani. What did Sri Rama do? After his avatara karya was over, when he went back to his loka, his Saketa loka, he took the entire Ayodhya back there. All the people of Ayodhya he took with him to the other world, isn't it? Puri means the city. Vahili. He took the entire city. Sarvajene Vimani. He took the entire city with that aeroplane and he went to the Saketa loka. Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Bhimani. Such a Lord who is so proud of his devotees shall never forsake you, shall never leave you alone. Why are you afraid? Bhagavan is there and Bhagavan himself has taken vow of our protection. Then what are you afraid of? That is what he says. Samarth Ramdas Swami is in a very different mood now. He's got excited. And in that excitement he continues. Very, very famous shloka. Next one, verse number 30. Samarthachiya sevaka vakrapahe asa sarva bhumandali kona ahe jayachi lila varniti lokatinhi nupekshi kada ramadasa bhimani jai jai Raghuvira Samartha. He says, Samarthachiya sevaka vakrapahe. One who can put a wrong, how do you translate in English? English is such a language, I tell you. Samarthachiya sevaka. Samarthachiya sevaka means one who is the devotee or servant of this Lord. One who can dare look at him with a wrong eye. One who puts a wrong eye on his devotee. Asa sarva bhumandali kona hai. Who is there in all the three worlds who will dare to do this? This person is Bhagavan's devotee, and there is nobody in the world who can dare look at this fellow in a bad way, in a manner that I want to hurt that person, or one who can, nobody can even look at that person like this. He says, Samarthachiya sevaka vakrapaya sa sarva bhumandali kona hai. There is nobody in the whole world, in all the three worlds, who can even have this kind of glance towards this devotee of Bhagavan. Jayachi lila varniti lokatini, whose glory is varniti, whose glory have been sung, are being sung in all the three worlds. Such a Lord, such Bhagavan Sri Rama, whose glory is, widespread. Everybody is speaking of it. How will that Lord, who is so proud of his devotee, ever leave you alone, ever forsake you? Very, very important point this is, because many times what happens is we are little hesitant in walking the path of spirituality. Why we are hesitant? Because we don't want to, we don't want to become enemy of anybody in our family, in our friend circle, in our workspace, etc. And therefore, we see nowadays, Kali Yuga, this is what can be done. All the wrong things we do openly, but good things, right things we do by hiding it from all other people. Isn't it? Drinking, liquor, smoking, etc. we do openly. But if we are going for some satsang and Sunday we are attending a class, we don't tell anybody that I am attending a class. Why? With the fear that, I don't know what the other people will say. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? When Bhagavan is there with you, nothing will happen to the devotees of Bhagavan. See, there is one very beautiful bhajan in Hindi which says, Mujhe hai kaam Ishwar se, jagat roothe to roothne de. I have worked with my Lord. Now in that process, if the whole world is angry on me, let it be. प्रभु का भजन करने में सब कुछ छूटे तो छूटने दे. If everything is, everybody leaves me, let them leave. I don't care. I have Bhagavan with me. I should not worry about all other things. See, again, this should not be taken in a negative way and purposely go and fight with people and say that I am with Lord. No. See, be reasonable. Understand also what is being said. Point is, when you are devoted to Lord, if everybody is going against you for that reason, that's fine. That's fine. I always remember when my mother, my father, both of them used to go for this kind of programs, etc., Jnana Yajnas, taking me also. Everybody used to say, why are you doing this? He is such a small boy, let him go somewhere else. They knew. They said that no. We are taking, as long as he is ready to come, we will take him. When he says he wants to go somewhere, let him go somewhere. We are not going to put pressure on him. But where we want to take, we will take. All my vacations, we used to go for a camp. I remember. Summer vacations, we used to go Siddhabari or Uttarkashi, somewhere in the Himalayas, Swami Purushottomananji, Swami Tejomananji, Guruji. Why? The whole world, all the relatives, they said, what are you doing, what are you doing? Now, these are all the same relatives now. They are congratulating my mother and saying that, good, you see, you have got such a nice son, etc. They don't understand that because of her only I became like this. Because of my father and my mother only I became like this. So all the people who said so many things about that, now that is only going to happen. But don't be afraid of all these things. That's one thing that I have learned from my parents. If you are walking on the path of spirituality, never be ashamed, never be afraid. Let them know. I know of so many of you also. 5 to 6 Sunday class means Sunday class. All your family members already know this. Suppose by mistake you don't attend, they will remind you, "Arey, today you are not attending." Why? The change has happened. How? Because for a long time you do it continuously, it will happen. You will see that everybody will arrange their timing for you. And we see in Puranas and in Itihasa, etc., stories where this is one thing that somebody will maximum say something to me. We see in the story where they are literally enemies of these devotees, but they could not even touch those devotees. Famous story is of Prahlada. Seventh skanda of Bhagavata, if you read, his own father was against him, who was a king, Hiranyakashipu, and he tried all the methods to kill his own son. Can you believe? He tried so many methods. He took Prahlada on top of a mountain and threw him. He put him, in fire and told his sister to go and sit there, who had a boon that fire cannot burn her. And therefore she took this small Prahlada into the fire, and what happened? Fire burnt her only. Prahlada, nothing happened. That's why we celebrate Holi also. He put him under, wild elephant also. Elephant did not even touch him. Elephant did not even touch this Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu tried all the methods to kill Prahlada. Nothing happened to Prahlada. And what was his crime? That he was remembering Lord. That was his crime. He used to say Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's why Hiranyakashipu did all these things. And what did he get in return? He got protection for lifetime. Nothing happened to him. Hiranyakashipu kept on trying this method, that method. Nothing worked. Samarthachya sevaka vakrapahya sa sarva bhumandali kona hai. Who is there in the whole world who can hurt devotees and disciples of Bhagavan? Who can do that? Very famous story of Ramayana also. I love this story. Is after that, just now we saw one episode of Ramayana where Vibhishana Sharanagati happens. After that they cross the ocean, and then, as a last thing before war begins, Bhagavan sends Angada as a last final messenger, because as the rules of war, you should try and avoid war as much as possible. So he sends Angada, and such a beautiful description is there in Ramayana when Angada is walking into the palace of Ravana. All the people are afraid and they are running here and there. Why? See, because for them all monkeys look same. And last time one monkey came and he destroyed the entire Lanka, he burned the whole city. Now another fellow is coming who is looking like that only. So they all thought that it is Hanumanji who is coming. It was Angada. And Angada did not understand why are they afraid. Angada was very small. He was an 18-year-old small boy. And he went there and in the Sabha of Ravana, and he told Ravana that I have come as a messenger of Sri Rama, and the message is that even now you have a chance. Give up Sita ji back to Sri Rama, give up all the possessions that you have taken from everybody else, and Bhagavan will leave you. He will not do anything to you or to any of your army people. He will go back. Ravana started laughing. He said, first of all, what kind of guts do you have? You are carrying a message of a human being to me, the king of all the three worlds. And who has come as a messenger? As a small boy, small monkey. Oh, Ravana started to laugh. Now Angada became irritated. He said, Ravana, don't be arrogant. Do you know whose son I am? I am son of Vali. He is the same Vali who took you to all the 7 oceans. Remember? There is that backstory is also there, no? That one day Vali was doing Sandhya Vandana, and he was giving Tarpana to Lord Surya, and this Ravana came there and unnecessarily he wanted to trigger this Vali. So he went and did some mischief. Vali got irritated. He tied Ravana to his tail and jumped from one ocean to another. 7 oceans of of the earth, he took a tour of all the 7 oceans and used to go to each ocean and put Ravana inside the ocean, and when Ravana cannot breathe, we'll pull him out again and we'll again take it to other place. And they said that is why Ravana was so afraid that Ravana never came to India to rule, because in between that Kishkinda was there. From Lanka, he was afraid to cross that valley. So Angada said, Ravana, don't forget I am Vali's son. And forget about that, I am Sri Rama's messenger. You think you are very powerful? Let me show you. And he puts 1 foot in front and puts it on the ground and says, if anybody in your sabha, if anybody in your palace, any Rakshasa, whoever soldiers you have, if they can move my foot from the ground, you can keep Sitaji with you, Sri Rama will go back. Look at that confidence. Small boy, 18-year-old, small monkey standing in front of Lord of 3 worlds, King of 3 worlds. All the Rakshasas who are so much powerful, they have defeated Indradi. Devatas they have defeated. He kept his foot and he made this. He said, anybody can move it, you can keep Sitaji with you, Sri Rama will go back. And immediately Angada closed his eyes and remembered Bhagavan and said, Bhagavan, if you want your wife, take care of my foot. It is very simple. Why? I cannot do, but you can. But I have to show him, his place. He thinks that you are a normal human being. And therefore he thinks that what are you going to do? I have to show him his place. So he kept that foot and everybody came and tried. All his Rakshasas, they tried to move, nothing worked. They say even Ravana, who was sitting right on top and his crown used to be there throne used to be there on such a height. From there he started to come down. Angada said, wait, Ravana, don't fall at my feet, fall at Sri Rama's feet. He said, it will not look nice that the king of all the 3 worlds is, bending in front of me. So don't do all that. We have already tried with all the other Rakshasas. There are many Rakshasas who tried with 2-3 people, not one. Many people who came together and tried to move. Now you imagine when Bhagavan's blessings are there with us, the most powerful people also cannot even move a foot of an 18-year-old monkey. That is the power of Bhagavan. That small boy Prahlada, who did not even fight back, was not even touched by any of the things that his father tried against him. Arjuna's arrows became so powerful. Why? Because it had power of Bhagavan Shri Krishna with him. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says there, Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. Maya eva ete nihataf purumeva. I have already killed all these people. Now you just become nimitta and kill these people. Kill these people who are already killed. That's what he says in Gita. Don't doubt power of Bhagavan. Who is there in the 3 worlds who can do anything to us? This fearlessness has to come. This abhayam is the first quality even in the list if you see in Bhagavad Gita. Abhayam sattva samshuddhi, jnana yoga vyavasthiti. Starts with abhayam. Abhayam, fearlessness. And you see, we are all disciples of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda also. No? He was known for his fearlessness. One quality that you will always see in Gurudev is his fearlessness. He was not afraid. Even though all the people opposed, everybody said, why are you giving lectures in English? Why are you talking like this? Why are you doing? He said, nothing doing. I am doing God's work. They said, what is this? You are teaching everybody, women should not be taught, small, Shudras, etc. should not be taught. He said, you do whatever you want to do. I will teach everyone. I am not going to stop anybody from coming to my class. If they are not eligible, they will not understand anything. Shruti Mata is capable to make sure that it goes to eligible people only. That's not my job, that's her job, he used to say. I will teach everyone. So many oppositions. You remember, see, sometimes we don't understand this in context. Gurudev started the whole thing in 1951. At that time, India was in a very, very different mindset. Still that chut, etc. was there, untouchability was there. Still there were so many Shudras who were not allowed in temple. Still the marriage, etc. was very, very different. Whole thing was very different. Still there were very, very rigid people who used to say that it should only be taught in Sanskrit and this and that. Gurudev said nothing doing. Today, whatever language maximum people are talking, that language I am going to teach in. There is one incident where it is said that in Chennai, they stopped him from taking Jnana Yajna and said that, protested, saying that you can't do this in English. And they went to Shankaracharya of that time, Kanchikoti Peter Shankaracharya, and told that, we have stopped him. And that Shankaracharya said, you all are idiots. He said, there is Sakshat Saraswati sitting on his tongue. Why are you stopping? Who are you to stop? Who am I to stop? Who are we to stop? The same story we see in, earlier also. When Tulsidas ji wrote entire Ramayana in Avadhi, people protested. People said, why are you talking in colloquial language? Avadhi Bhasha, you should write only in Sanskrit. So they were not approving. And they took it to Madhusudan Saraswati ji at that time. He was the Shankaracharya ji at that time. And that is when he said that, are you mad? You look at the kind of work that he has written. What a beautiful thing. Why you want to stop him? Any kind of enemy for any such devotee doesn't stand a chance in front of Bhagavan. Therefore, don't be afraid. When you are doing right thing, there is always protection from God. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. When you do the right thing, that dharma itself will protect you. Don't worry. Be fearless and do it. What we should have is, we should be afraid of doing wrong things, not doing right things. One important lesson that we should learn from today's class is that we should never be afraid of doing right thing. We should never hide doing right thing. That doesn't mean, see, I am always afraid of this thing that whenever I say something, people take it in another way. And then they say that, okay, I will keep telling everybody that I am going for. No, don't do show off of spirituality also. Spirituality is not for showing off, but it is not something to hide also from. What is there is there. Don't be afraid. Bhagavan is there. Okay? So, oh my mind, please don't be afraid. Bhagavan is there. You focus on Bhagavan, He will take care of everything. Let us conclude for today. We will continue in next session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.